Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today is May 27th, 2010, and this is Day 9 Daily number 126. Oops, my microphone's in the frame. I'm going to pull that out of the way. Oh, actually, I'll leave it in the frame. I have a blue snowball mic. You guys should get it. It's totally awesome. Fortunately, because, being a StarCraft player is all about timing, and I was doing my first single-player demonstration, and the servers went down today. Bam! Awesome. I had a good life build for my daily. But I'm very tired. My right knee is exhausted because I literally have been driving all day. I've been like 4 hours driving to pick up this fine gentleman to my left. Oh my God, JP, come in. He's hiding underneath my overlay. Here, let me come down to meet you. Yeah, you can. I'll adjust the web camera.
Let me put
okay. All right, cool. Yeah, all right. So he is a superhero. He wears a Day 9 Daily mask. For any of you who didn't know, this is JP McDaniel, who does the MLG Showcase Series show matches. I almost said with me, but it's more like I do it with him because he's from MLG. So it's pretty awesome to have you here, JP.
Thanks for having me.
Coming by, hanging out, because the MSL Finals party is tomorrow night down in San Diego. So we're going down to have some good J-Dong vs. Flash fun.
Indeed.
Which, of course, can't possibly go wrong as long as they have electricity, as long as they're not Amish. So JP, since you're here, why don't you tell us about MLG's plans for StarCraft 2?
Oh man, the number one question that I pretty much always get asked is, what is MLG going to be doing with StarCraft 2? Well, we've been doing the showcase series that you, of course, have been co-casting with me. We just did our first our first HD cast with that, so you can go check that out. There's a thread on TL.net for that. We've also been doing the podcast, which... the last podcast was actually probably one of the funniest podcasts I think we've ever done.
Doesn't I just laugh for the whole time?
Yeah. So definitely check that out. That's on TL.net too. That is the State of the Game podcast. And in the long run of things, if you think about it, MLG's not in StarCraft, just kind of like catching the new wave of the new game right now. So I definitely think you can see some things in the future once the game's out. I definitely think you'll see MLG being a lot more involved in the scene. So.
Hopefully they'll be in need of casters.
And yes. Yes.
Fantastic. Bajugular. So, that's always good news for everyone to have more tournaments all around. And is there anything else you want to add? Because I'm literally going to kick you out.
No.
I'm literally throwing you out of my room.
I guess I'm ready to get thrown out of your room.
All right, well, JP, it was a pleasure having you. Everyone wave to JP at your computers, even though we can't see. JP is going to be waving. I'm going to put the overlay back over his face again.
Right on the eyes.
It literally did not occur to me when I went live that, wow, that might be over his eyes. But yes, he's a superhero. He hides his secret identity with, of course, the Day 9 Daily banner. The superheroes should sell advertising space on their faces. I think that's strong. But yeah, with that, I'm gonna return back to the original angle. Oh, wow, it's a normal daily again. All right, cool. So I'm going to readjust everything a little bit here because a little bit unusual thing that's going to be going on today. I'm going to actually be playing a game. So can I toss you out? I toss you out. It's just so weird.
Let's get the walk of shame out of the
yeah, watch him exit. That's so awesome. I actually need to kick him out because I don't actually have space in my room. I have to scoot back in front of my computer. Is it locked? You can't get out of my room. All right, there's the hallway to the back part of my house. So that's awesome. It's good having JP here. It's kind of a last minute thing. I was like, wait a minute, JP could come on the cast. That would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty awesome. So I'm going to have myself a little bit of water, and then we are going to check out this amazing training map made by QXC. It is absolutely amazing what this training map is capable of. So you'll notice that this thing has been going for about 13 minutes right now. It's a simple map. Look at the mini-map. There's nothing really going on here. I can start mining and stuff, and I'm not really going to focus too much on splitting or anything, just to sort of point this out. But notice if I hit Shift 1, it just resets as Protoss. Or if I hit Shift 2, it resets as Terran. Or if I hit Shift 3... it crashes the whole thing. Oh no, it reloads as Zerg. This is very nice to be able to bounce back between the three races. Apparently with Zerg it has to reload the whole map. But today I was going to do a brief demonstration, and by brief I mean the exact same time as all the other dailies. Just a demonstration of how to go about adjusting a build order, because that's something that a lot of people... they say they whack those words around in the forums quite a bit, but it's so important to note how useful it is just to play around in a completely non-competitive environment and just to work on timing over and over and over again. I think very few people actually open up the single player and sit down and play in it. And there's no shame in it at all. I mean, Noni, who, he's okay. He only won the Team Liquid Star League. Spoiler alert. I mean, he sits down against computers and just fiddles around a lot and gets a build really smooth feeling and then jumps right in the field to do it. So, the build I was going to do today is just a simple Dark Templar rush, and I'm going to try to narrate as much as I possibly can. I'm generally awful at talking and playing, which therefore makes it one of my favorite things in the world to do, because then I'm playing horrible, and I think that's funny. So we're just going to bounce right over here into the game, and we are going to return back to my main Nexus. So we're going to shift 1 this, and this entire cast is going to be emphasized towards the lower level players, not super sick high platinum diamond level players, but the gold level players. I forgot to make my probe. But actually, no, we will say that I planned not to do that, because here's the goal. Here's how I'm going to set it up. I'm actually going to tell all these workers to stop, and we're going to take it right from a normal game. So I'm going to hit Shift 1 in just a moment, and when it starts, I'm first going to build a probe, and then I'm going to send all the guys to mine. I think that this is one of the most well-known things, that you build this probe first, and then you send to mine. Some players still send the probes to mine and then build, but that's obviously not so good. I'm actually going to do that one more time, so I'm going to do the Shift 1, E-click. And I'm not going to focus too much on splitting all the workers, because I actually have my screen windowed, so that way you can actually see this, so it's a little bit smaller than my hands are used to. But we're going to first be going through some mechanics. So first of all, I rally to different patches, right? I note that these 2 patches right here don't have anybody mining at them, so of course I want to be rallying to them. And again, I want to be focusing on this Dark Templar style build. So of course I will indeed be sending a probe here, because this is my other available patch. Now in terms of sending a probe to build, you want to send them first and build directly underneath the probe. I want to note something that's weird. I actually can't scroll the minimap. I have to use the arrow keys because I'm windowed. So that's going to be mildly obnoxious, but, no big deal. Either way, I'm already starting to think about a basic hotkey setup. I have my pylon as 1, so that way right when the pylon finishes, I can happily chrono boost my probe. And ordinarily, I would be re-rallying this Nexus to make sure I'm in an ideal rallying position, but I'm just going to rally to the mineral patch, because for now, the main focus of this is going to be on timing and getting building orders done right. So for instance, I send this guy out, and of course this actually feels weird for me, because I've never played with a lagless environment before. But either way, so I'm noticing that, okay, if I build my gateway on 12, I want to chrono boost right after the gateway. And then when do I have money to end up getting my assimilator? Well, it looks like on about 14. I'm being pretty naive about this. I'm just noting the times that I'm actually available to do this sort of thing. Oh, well, I know that I don't want to be supply blocked, so I will be making an assimilator as soon as I can. And I'm doing a good amount of spamming to make sure that my units go exactly where I want them to. I'm seeing that refinery is finishing, or assimilator, or what have you. But alright, now I'm actually starting to get to some interesting choices in terms of my build. I'm going to stop trying to do too much refinement right now. I'm just going to be a little bit naive. Okay, cool, I want to make my cybernetics core now. I'm going to send this guy back. I'm going to make another probe. And I know that I eventually want Dark Templar, right? So you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to build a gas right after I start my cybernetics core. In terms of the basics that I would describe this build as right now, I would say that I am going for a gateway on a normal time. I did it at 12. I went for a gas at a normal time. And then I went for the cybernetics core at a normal time directly afterwards. No zealot before then, no extra pylon before then. But then this assimilator, this is a little bit interesting of a timing. The fact that I'm getting it right as my cybernetics core builds. And then of course I want to make my stalker right away. And I'll go ahead and chrono boost him, because that is pretty key to deal with Reaper Harass. And okay, now I'm noticing that right after I get that first Stalker built, I do need to be building a pylon. And another thing I want to be doing is getting this Warp Gate. So of course I will do that. And of course it's a little bit slow and drawn out. But we're trying to establish some sort of decent timing for me to set up some sort of fast Dark Templar. So I am actually going to be building a Sentry. And that may sound weird, but that's a pretty normal unit to be building. And let's go ahead and ignore our Chrono Boost for now. I'm just not going to Chrono Boost for the rest of the game, because again, I want to focus on the ordering. So we know that that Twilight Council is necessary for me to get the Dark Templar up. And I also think a second gateway seems pretty necessary as well. I want to be having a decent amount of units that I can make in the meantime. So I'm happily just making a pylon and sending it back. I have some probes queued. And this is, I think, very clearly bad to have probes queued. But alright, my sentry's out. So I'm making some more zealots. And my basic build order right now is that, well, it seems like I want to be getting this Twilight Council right after I start getting my Stalker and my Sentry. And notice, okay, cool, well, you know, it looks like I can build a Dark Shrine in there as well. And it's looking okay-ish. I'm kind